Haley Beck is a high school psychology teacher who recently got exposed for grooming one of her students and engaging in gross sexual misconduct with them. She's also the sister of massively popular TikToker Noah Beck, who recently started acting. Now, I know that I'm a little late to this story, but it's all just so insane and I've had so many requests for it that I just need to cover it. Additionally, some testimony from the victim's girlfriend just came out 2 days ago, so hey, there are some benefits to being late as well. Before we get into it though, be sure, of course, to subscribe to the channel and maybe check out the hot new memberships too. We're gonna get some cracking new emotes, some membership badges, a lot of the in-jokes that you guys love to comment so much, and if you wanna show yourself as above all of the layman and peasantry on my streams that I do very often nowadays, then consider joining. Before we get into Haley Beck, I do want to talk a little bit about Noah, because that's the reason why this story has gone so viral. We won't talk about him too much, he's not the topic, but just a little context. Here's his Instagram, he has 7.7 million followers. So yeah, this guy's huge. He's not like a small fry influencer, he's not like, you know, a minor celebrity. Now, this guy's massive. His bio says, do it with a smile, which unfortunately I think his sister might have taken that advice a bit too well, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Here's a movie that he's in, Sidelines 2, Intercepted. I mean, this is nothing personal here, but like, this looks horrific. A college tests their relationship. A freshman quarterback and a promising dancer navigate love and distance while searching for who they're meant to be. Mate, this sounds like the worst anime ever. This whole website, is this just the whole website is just these like really tacky romance movies? Regardless, we're not watching this now. Maybe I can give it a watch for my second channel, Shepherd Boy, which you should all go subscribe to because we upload like 2 to 3 videos every day. Got this brand website here because obviously multiple revenue streams. He's a good businessman. He knows his shit. Unlock 10% off. I'll pass. Here we have a red shirt. Here we have a white shirt. Here we have a black shirt. Here we have a brown shirt. Wow, this is outstanding, actually. A green shirt, blue shirt, gray shirt, black tank top, a white tank top, a blue tank top. Holy Jesus. This is some trailblazing, trend-setting clothing right here that I'm seeing right now. Oh my God, they do shorts too. And they have sweatpants. Not sweatpants, they have sweatpants for £70. What is that? That's like $100. Jesus. I live exclusively, when I'm like in the house, I only ever wear sweat. I've got one on right now. I live exclusively off of sweatpants, and these are like off Amazon for £10. And I'll tell you what, they're also perfectly cozy, so I appreciate the offer, Noah Beck, but I think I'll pass. His TikTok is by far the largest platform of his, though. He has 33 million followers, which is a whopping amount. But I think the acting thing is like his main gig right now, or the thing he most wants to be known for, if that makes sense. Doesn't mean he's not banging views, though. Look, this latest video of his has like 21 mil. Yeah, and look at the comments. They're all talking about how he's related to the teacher. You'll better leave him alone. This has nothing to do with him. Which, yeah, I kind of agree, to be fair. Spoiler alert, it's not really his business. I mean, obviously it's his family, he'll be concerned about it, but it's not like he needs to make an apology. Anyway, now let's talk about what actually happened with his sister, Haley Beck. We do have the full police report, which is 200 pages long. We're not going to read the entire thing in this video. We'll go over an article first, and everything that the article sort of misses or glosses over, we can go over in further detail via the police report. Long story short, though, a lot of grooming and a lot of sexual misconduct. And not only that, apparently the student was victim of 2 high school teachers in this same school. I don't know if he's the one just flirting with every teacher in his school, but regardless, it's on the teachers to go, you know what, mate, I'm not sure this is entirely appropriate. But then there's the off chance that all the teachers happen to have this huge crush on this 17-year-old at the time. I'll tell you what, there's a video that we can have a look at first. We'll read the article in chronological order. I guess we'll start with the title. 2 high school teachers accused of sexual misconduct with same teenage student. It's not an achievement. I think, honestly, yeah, it's a controversial opinion. I agree, it's not an achievement.
According to a nearly 200-page police report, rumors of inappropriate teacher-student relationships swirled around Centennial High School for months.
It's super concerning. It makes me think there's a great likelihood there's other victims.
Jessica Nicely is a child abuse prevention specialist and says only 4% of child sexual predators are women. And in this case, 2 women teachers acting independently of each other are accused of grooming the same student victim during the same time frame.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel, because obviously if this one student is being groomed by 2 teachers in that school, that's already abnormal. 1 teacher is already abnormal, but 2, like, fuck me, what's going on here? So I would say that worrying about other potential victims is like a completely reasonable thing to be doing here. Clearly the school does not have enough safeguarding when it comes to this type of thing happening. And they have at least 2 teachers who are willing to engage in this predatory and grooming behavior. Surely there has to be like a mandatory phone search for all the students, or like the parents have checked everyone's, like, there has to be something that can be done here to ensure that nothing is going on with anyone else there, right? As far as I'm aware, though, I don't think the police actually took this case all too seriously, but we'll watch on.
Highly unusual and highly alarming.
47-year-old Angela Berlacca worked in the Peoria Unified School District for 25 years before voluntarily surrendering her Arizona teaching certificates. She's accused of recording sexual videos of herself naked, saying a student's name. The videos ended up on that student victim's phone.
Okay, I really shouldn't. The reason I laugh is because she described it as like, she used the word highly unusual. Now, for me, unusual is like a word you use where, I don't know, a teacher eats a banana a little bit weird and the boys in the class are laughing a little bit, but she's not even doing it intentionally, right? For me, unusual, I'm not sure what schools are like in America, but unusual is if like a high school teacher is comfortable swearing in class. Moaning your student's name in the shower who is a minor as a 47-year-old woman goes a little beyond unusual, so I wasn't really expecting that to be the accusation here. Not even accusation, to be that's what happened. It's not even like alleged here. But this isn't Haley Beck though. This is one of the other fucking sick fucks who are like engaging in this grooming behavior.
Sickening and also not at all surprising because even though the genders are reversed, it's the same game.
Sickening, I think, is a good word, but not at all surprising. That is a shock to me. How often do you see two female teachers grooming a little boy in school? I don't know, I feel like that is kind of surprising. Doesn't make it any less disappointing or horrible, but I think surprising is a decent word to use here.
The victim's grandmother called authorities after seeing one of the videos, prompting the investigation. Claims of sexual misconduct involving another teacher, 27-year-old Haley Beck, surfaced shortly after.
Oh, so they wouldn't have even found any of the Haley Beck stuff if this other teacher wasn't so idiotic in her public sending, well, not public, but in her sending of the videos to the student. I don't know if the student told their grandma, the grandma just found it incidentally, but either way, I think it's crazy that we still probably wouldn't know about Haley Beck's crimes if that other teacher wasn't grooming the kid as well.
Report states the victim's mother admitted she knew her son was having sex with a teacher named Haley Beck. But the teenage boy and his family did not want to cooperate with detectives due to concerns it would interfere with college athletic scholarship.
Okay, Jesus, that makes everything so much worse, by the way. Those parents are worse than Haley Beck. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Those parents are absolutely worse than Haley Beck. That's not to say that Haley Beck isn't a piece of shit for any of this either, but fuck me, what dog shit, fucking filthy parents. Are you taking the piss? I think that it's impossible to have a, truly consensual relationship with a student, even if they are of age, if you're a teacher. For the same reason, I think it's impossible to have, a truly consensual relationship with an employee if you're a boss in a lot of, work settings. Because there might be some sort of implied level of, let's say you start flirting with an employee of yours, they might start thinking something along the lines of, fuck, well, now I don't know if I'm in this position because my work is genuinely appreciated or because someone just wants to fuck me. And if I say no or deny these advances, that might affect my work position, so out of fear of any of that happening, I kind of just have to say yes. So in my mind, even if it was a truly consensual relationship and the employee was completely willing to engage with it in a truly, I don't know, enthusiastic way and they weren't having that concern, the risk of that concern existing for me is enough reason to denounce the majority of workplace relationships where a boss is flirting with an employee. I'm only saying the majority because, I don't know, there might be some sort of freak case that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head where it's okay. I would wager to bet that there are a lot less of those freak exception cases when it comes to a student and a teacher, though. If there's an implication here that denying the advances of your teacher would lessen the chances of you getting a scholarship, then I don't think it's really possible to consent fully in a situation like this. When you add on top of that, the victim was 17 years old at the start of this all, I don't think that pedophile is a wildly inappropriate term to be throwing around here.
The behavior is also severe, pervasive, and objectively offensive.
The district's governing board voted to fire Beck last week. Documents show Beck referred to herself as a sugar mama and sent the student victim money, describing it felt like straight prostitution. In the police report, texts show Beck did not like being compared to Berlacca. And in a handwritten note to the student victim found during a police search at her apartment, Beck wrote, "For this relationship being extremely wrong, I feel like we have really made the most out of it." And there is truly no other student I know so wrong that I'd want to do all this with.
This was not a relationship.
You can tell from the messages alone that she's getting like a real thrill for like the illegality and how wrong she knows it clearly is. Like that's probably the bit that excites her so much about it.
Was a child, and this was child abuse and child rape.
Records reveal the school's principal gave police Beck's name after the investigation into Burlaka started. He told authorities then he had received multiple complaints from students and staff about Beck.
I need these educators and everybody in positions of authority to understand mandatory reporter training doesn't mean you know something's going on. It's that you have a reasonable belief. You suspect something, and clearly they all did. Why didn't any of them report this a long time ago?
And I reached out to Peoria police and the school district today. Both told me there's no indication school officials failed to meet their obligations as mandatory reporters because at the time concerns were raised, the information did not meet the legal threshold required. Again, no arrests have been made tonight. We'll keep you posted as we learn more. Live in studio, Michaela Marshall for Arizona's Family.
Okay, what state was this in? I need to know what the legal age of consent is so I can like determine whether or not it was legally statutory. Illinois. The age of consent is 17 years old. Interesting. Okay, so if Haley Beck wasn't a teacher, as fucked up as the relationship still would have been, like I'm not denying that, it technically would have been legal. Obviously, the fact that she was a teacher complicates things. I say complicates things, it makes it way more fucked up. Not that it wouldn't be fucked up if she wasn't a teacher, just to be clear, but it's a lot worse that she is a teacher. Because if she wasn't, you could deny the advances and just sort of go about your life like normal, right? I mean, she'd still be fucked up for making the advances, but you know what I mean here, hopefully. Shit, I think that means like the woman in her 40s can't even be done legally for pedophilia either. As much as I do believe that morally it's totally appropriate to deem her a pedophile, just as it would be if the genders were reversed, by the way. So if they do end up getting banged up or charged by the police, it'll be because of like professional misconduct or purely based on the fact that they were teachers, from what I understand. I do hope that there are laws that protect students from being groomed by their teachers, hopefully. I guess we'll read on. Both teachers were placed on administrative leave in August 2025 after the allegations came to light. One resigned and the other was fired by the school board. Why weren't they both fired? One actually had the opportunity to resign before they got fired. What the fuck? The teachers could soon face charges after police resubmitted the cases to prosecutors Thursday. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office initially sent the cases back to law enforcement for additional investigation. No arrests have been made, but detectives said they believe there is enough evidence for charges. Okay, that's good at least. Although really, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what the detectives say if the police don't do anything. I can't get over the fact that the parents just sort of allowed it to happen despite like they are worse. In my opinion, I think they're worse than Haley Beck. Like what the fuck? It's like the worst thing a fucking parent could do ever.
Peoria police submitted charges against both teachers to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, but prosecutors sent the cases back to law enforcement, asking for additional investigation.
And I'm not sure I've ever had a case in my 30 years of two females perpetrating against the same male victim.
Two teachers accused of abusing one student victim.
And it's feeling a need for attention, power, control, revenge, and then it can seem excessive or almost obsessive.
Child abuse prevention specialist Jessica Nicely and forensic psychologist Dr. Brecken Blades agree this case is highly unusual. Both Angela Burlaka and Haley Beck taught at Centennial High School in Peoria. Burlaka worked there for 25 years, and Beck got the job in 2020.
Okay, wait, I need to say something. She's been working there for 25 years, the older lady. There is no way this is her one and only victim. Especially because she only got caught because someone's grandma was astute enough to actually find the fucking video. How many videos could she possibly have been sending beforehand for the years preceding this one that haven't been caught by, I don't know, responsible adults in these people's lives? And, I mean, from what we've learned today, maybe if one of the parents did find the videos, they wouldn't have even fucking done anything about it. Shit, that disgusts me. Honestly, that disgusts me. I don't know if that's been talked about enough, like, in this whole discourse as those fucking shitty parents.
Leaders were put on administrative leave in August 2025 after allegations of sexual conduct with a student came to light.
These women are the 4%. Because 96% of the time, child sexual abusers are men.
Burlaka voluntarily surrendered her Arizona teaching certificates, but Beck did not. And last week, the Peoria Unified School District Governing Board unanimously voted to fire her.
We send our kids to your schools 10 months a year, 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. So as a parent, I'm glad to see that these pedophiles like Haley Beck are being held accountable as much as possible.
In the district's statement of charges document against Beck,
As much as possible would be like actual legal charges though, surely. Like getting fired from the job is good, I guess, but like Jesus fuck.
she began grooming one of her students before he turned 18 in December 2024. Detectives believe the sexual harassment went on during his sophomore and junior years when she was his psychology and sociology teacher. Investigators claim Beck gave him special treatment in class, did his homework, and erroneously improved his grades and attendance record. Police say she gave him access to her car, bought him gifts, food, alcohol, and drugs.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is like textbook grooming. She is a teacher, mate, to be honest, she is a psychology teacher. Maybe she was just working on an actual grooming textbook. That'll be her defense in court, I think, actually. No, Your Honor, my client was just trying to understand the mindset of predators. Look at this book that she made that we totally didn't start making when legal proceedings came up as a appropriate defense.
And even paid him more than $600, calling herself his sugar mama and writing it felt like straight prostitution. The investigation found in about 6 weeks they exchanged more than 4,000 texts about sexual and illegal activity.
Jesus Christ, dude. Again, even if you're not a teacher, what the fuck is a 27-year-old doing? What are you doing getting involved with a 17-year-old, you fucking freak? It's so funny. Whenever I hear, like, adults, men or women, say shit like, but particularly men, to be fair, say shit like, oh, I want a girl who has, like, no bodies and is less, I suppose, experienced or tainted in the dating world. All I hear is, I'm a fucking pedophile who wants a naive woman that I can manipulate because no one my own age likes me.
A lot of sort of distorted thinking and manipulation of the facts, even as they're presenting them to themselves to make their behavior seem acceptable or okay.
I feel like when the perpetrator is a woman and the victim's a boy, people make jokes. It's not funny. It's not an achievement. He's a victim. That is not a relationship they were having. That is rape.
I tried to get in touch with both teachers but did not hear back. Haley Beck can dispute her termination at a hearing with the district. She has 1 week from today to request that, and she hasn't done so yet.
No, she's not gonna. Why would she do that? Why would she fight to stay working in that school? Are you that would be unhinged, dude. 4,000 texts, by the way, about sexual and illegal activity. I've been in long-term relationships where I've not sent 500 texts about sexual or illegal activity. Like, they must have just exclusively been talking about inappropriate topics. There has to be a case here. Like, there needs to be some sort of legal repercussion here, surely. In the police report, texts show Beck did not like being compared to Balaka. I mean, yeah, I guess, but even though our situation is still not right, at least we are closer in age. Beck wrote to the student, I don't like being compared to Miss B, or Mrs. B, rather. Don't mean to get, their marital status wrong, my bad. Records reveal the school's principal gave police Beck's name after the investigation into Balaka started. The principal told authorities he had received multiple complaints from students and staff about Beck. You know what? I was about to make a comment, but it seems like nicely covers it for me, so thank you. I need this educators and everybody in positions of authorities to understand mandatory reporter training doesn't mean you know something's going on, it's that you have a reasonable belief. You suspect something, and they clearly all did. Why didn't any of them report this a long time ago? Yeah, it's so true. Like, if they had received multiple complaints from students and staff, and not just, one from one kid fucking about, from staff especially about Beck, you do a fucking investigation. Are you joking me? This is unhinged. This is the shittest school ever. If you're a teacher, if you're a student, if you're a parent, you don't send your fucking kids to this school. Like, you might as well just send them to Neverland at that point. Balaka voluntarily surrendered her Arizona teaching certificates. Beck did not. And last week, the Peoria Unified School District Governing Board unanimously voted to fire her. So I guess you can't just fire her without a fight? Like, she has the opportunity to fight back? I don't know. I feel like there's more than enough reason to fire her without the opportunity for an appeal. We send our kids to your schools 10 months a year, 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. So as a parent, I'm glad to see that these pedophiles like Haley Beck Beck are being held accountable as much as possible, a parent said during public comment as the governing board meeting March 26th rather. See, I wouldn't be fucking happy if I was a parent. I'd be like, what the fuck? You knew about this happening and you did nothing. Like she said, I send my kids here 10 months a year, 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. As a parent, I'm fucking shocked and disgusted that you didn't do anything to protect our children earlier. What's the number one purpose of teachers and school? It's not to educate, it's to keep the children safe. That's like the top priority of teachers. The education is second to that, in my opinion. Here we go. The Unified School District spokesperson says that the Peoria Unified School District and governing board take all allegations involving student safety extremely seriously. At the time the concerns were reported, the information available did not meet the legal threshold for reasonable suspicion of abuse, nor was there corroborating evidence to support such a determination. The district responded in accordance with the governing board policy, applicable law, and established procedures. Following a review of the matter, appropriate actions were taken to address the concerns raised. Due to pending litigation, the district is unable to provide additional details. We remain committed to maintaining a safe, supportive, and responsive environment for all students and staff. Really? This shocks me. The Peoria Police Department also said there is no indication that there were any reporting failures on behalf of the school district. Based on the information available during the investigation, there is no indication that school officials failed to meet their obligations as mandatory reporters. Fucking hell, bars, by the way. There were 3 rhymes in there. At the time concerns were raised, the information known did not meet the legal threshold required to establish reasonable suspicion of abuse that would mandate a report to law enforcement or child protective services. There's just no rhyme or reason to... Well, actually, technically, there was some rhyme, but there's no reason to anything that they're saying here. Like, they literally said that Beck had been reported and that there are reports made by both students and teachers. If that's not a failure to meet the obligations, then the obligations clearly aren't set high enough. As often the cases in these types of situations, initial concerns may be vague or lack sufficient detail to rise to a level that requires formal reporting. Once information was developed that met the necessary threshold, law enforcement was notified and the investigation proceeded accordingly. We continue to work closely with our school partners and encourage the reporting of any concerns involving student safety. Yeah, alright. So encourage the reporting, but don't actually do anything until a parent complains about it. Or grandparent even. The parents did a fucking horrible job here. We got some testimony from a parent of a former student here in the police report, page 11. Jessica expressed that Haley has never been appropriate. She explained Haley never acted like an authority and acted as a peer to the students. Haley would gossip and worry about what the students thought of her, trying to be their friend. Jessica also described Haley being manipulative in text, such as asking their name while she was being bratty. Is it normal for students and teachers in America to have each other's phone numbers? I do think there is a bit more of like a personable relationship between students and teachers over in the States. That's not really a thing here in the UK. Like, teachers don't even swear in class, which apparently is very, very different over there. Maybe it depends on the state though, I'm guessing. Like, I'm guessing in Utah, they probably don't swear at all, just from what I know. But like, I don't know, maybe if you go to Florida, no one really gives a fuck. Blank would often describe Haley's behaviors and actions as weird. To Jessica, Blank spoke about observing Blank coming to soccer practices when he had no reason to be on campus, such as the lock-in for the girls' team and practices held on weekends or Christmas break. Blank also spoke to Jessica about instances occurring during the psychology class. Blank spoke about Haley and Blank having weird arguments like they were dating. Haley would not mark Blank absent even though he was. On one occasion, Blank spoke about overhearing Haley and Blank arguing in the hallway. During this argument, Blank heard Blank state something along the lines of it would wreck her career, not his. Jessica advised that Haley would have some of the football players come swim at her apartment's pool. Jesus, that Noah Beck money is being put to the worst possible use ever. The other night, Haley overheard one of Blank's friends stated that Haley gave someone head. Jessica later identified this friend as Blank, who still attends the high school. Jessica did not know their last name. They are either on the basketball team or about to be on the basketball team. They advised the information regarding Head was shared during a group chat by them. Jessica did not know if the group chat was on text messages or on social media, stating that the kids use Snapchat, which would be a real bugger because the messages delete on there. I know. That's the whole reason why sick people use Snapchat. Blank is currently an adult, but Jessica believes Blank will speak to the police. Blank is currently in an area with her father, expecting to return either 8:20 or 8:21. Blank does live with Jessica, however, approximately 1 week after she returns from Blank is to move into the Blank, as she will be attending Blank. Sorry if my constant use of the word blank is annoying, but that's all we're really seeing here. I asked if it would be better for me to contact Blank or for Jessica to speak with her first. Jessica advised that she would speak with Blank and then have Blank call me. Jessica spoke about the feeling guilty that she made this tip, when she was upset, questioning if she should have called, as now she is dragging Blank and Blank into the situation. A Upon viewing a blank high school yearbook, it is believed that blank is blank class of blank. Blank is on the varsity basketball team. There was also a forensic interview with a student as well. She heard some rumors about Miss Balaka. She heard she sent news to football players. She does not know everything about that nor is involved. She noticed when she started dating blank, Miss Balaka would be weird with her. When she would go to the bathroom, Miss Balaka would ask her if she was going to go hang out with blank. She asked her about blank all of the time. She thought that that was weird. Miss Balaka was one of the first people to find out blank and her were dating. She also heard Miss Balaka added multiple boys on Snap. It wasn't just blank. She heard Miss Balaka added blank on Snapchat either freshman or sophomore year of high school. This was after a football game. Yeah, again, I don't know how normal that is over there. Over here, like, sometimes, if they're a young, more trendy teacher, I guess, after school is over, you might add each other on Instagram or something, and it's treated as like a bit of like, oh, I've got fucking thing on it. It's like a funny thing, right? But it's not like with the intention of becoming friends or having a relationship, or certainly it's to do anything sexual. It's almost just like a cool novelty, I guess, for if there was a particularly cool teacher that has Instagram. But definitely never during school, no way. She texted him flirty shit and blank was scared. She started sending blank stuff and she would tell him that her husband does not satisfy me enough. This is so I honestly cannot fucking believe what I'm reading here. She would tell blank to come to her classroom early and not tell anyone about this. She did not hear this through blank though. She heard this from people close to him at the time. She has never seen that on his phone though. She heard that other students have received similar messages. She does not know who, but she has heard people say that blank is not the only one. She just knows the whole football team is bonded over how weird the teachers are and that they have seen the same pictures of Miss Balaka. With Miss Beck, she is a weirdo. She is weird with all of her students. She is weird with all the high school boys. She is flirty with and fixated on still being in high school. Everyone knows that. Other teachers have questioned her about it. Miss Beck has told them about teachers questioning her. She has never liked Miss Beck. She had Miss Beck for psychology last year, first semester. Yeah, no fucking wonder, by the way, especially if you're a lassie in this class where the teacher is just so obsessed with flirting with the boys and being a high school person. Then, yeah, imagine being a lassie in that class. You'd fucking hate your life. Like, who is this? And why is she like an authority figure here? Why do I need to listen to this fucking woman? Sorry, why do I need to listen to this fucking pedophile? You know, I just gotta use the more appropriate label here, I guess. Miss Beck used to text blank. She would text all the football players, but specifically blank. She would send him money and weird shit. She would ask blank about her blank. She would ask blank, what are you doing? In which he would respond, I'm with blank, bro. Miss Beck would call him weird. When blank responded, he would be rude to her and tell her she is being weird for texting him. He would tell her this is going to get her ass in trouble. She just did whatever. She never saw anything freaky in the text from Mrs. Beck. It would just be her sending him money or asking him, what are you doing today? Or let's go get food. That's pretty freaky in my opinion. I know what they mean by freaky, but like, based on my definition of freaky, that's freaky. They're a freak for that. It was like she was trying to hang out with him. Not like that. That's exactly what was going on here. Like, do you want to hang out? It's almost as though she kind of wants to hang out with him. Don't quote me here though. But when she said, do you want to hang out? That's just kind of the first thought that popped into my head. One time she knows Mrs. Beck hung out with blank was when they went to Fired Pie. What is this silly shit? Everyone makes fun of the UK for having like topsy-turvy Torvo buildings or whatever. What was Fired Pie? He was with his friend and she met up with him and she said he would pay for his food. Oh, I guess it's a pie place. That makes sense, I guess. My bad. Blank did not even know about that until she asked blank about it. He got mad when she asked. In other messages, Miss Beck would send photographs of herself and ask blank if she should post them to her Instagram. Blank would tell her he doesn't know. Miss Beck would snap blank like they were friends. She would get mad if he did not respond. She would save photographs of blank in Snapchat. She does not know if blank just looked good in the photographs or what. She saw one photograph of Miss Beck posing on a balcony. She had on a tank top and pants in the photograph. She'd get mad if he didn't So not only is she a fucking predator, but she's also cringe. And that's the bigger crime here in my opinion. She told blank that Miss Beck was chasing him and that what she was doing was weird. Miss Beck is not all that. She does not have proof of this happening, but she just knows about it and that is weird. Oh, and that it was weird, but rather. She knows Miss Beck texts other students and follows them. Miss Beck coaches the girls' soccer team, and what she heard was when the investigating started, Miss Beck started unadding her students. Her stuff got confiscated before she could delete the account entirely. She does not know if that is is all true though. Miss Beck and the soccer girls are really close. One of her friends, Blank, is on the team. Blank is not into the drama, but she hears all of it. Last soccer season, they all heard how weird Miss Beck was with her students. The girls knew that Miss Beck was weird with them, but they had a really strong connection. Miss Beck would call them out of class and do favors for them. She would let them leave the school and get food, created a sort of trust with them. Now, all the girls can't believe their coach is gone. Okay, so it seems as though she just was obsessed with acting as though she was still in high school and being friends with all the high schoolers. If anyone has accurate information about the situation, it will be Blank. She is on the soccer team, but she knows a lot. Blank has not had connection to her or Blank. Blank only has a connection through Miss Beck, but for some reason she knows a lot. I almost want to skip parts of this because it's quite long, but like this is all really important shit as I read it. A bunch of students, mostly graduates, hung out in Miss Beck's classroom after school. They had weird connections with her. She would ask people to go to her car. She never heard of anything physical happening, but she had weird connections with students. It was mostly the football team. Everyone knows she hung out with the football team. She would call the players out of class and have her come sit in her room to hang out. She, Blank, asked one of the kids in her class if Miss Beck was weird with him. He answered, "You'd have to ask Miss Beck," like I'm not saying anything. Blank was even freaked out by it. He wasn't hiding anything from her, but shit's weird. He did not want to get in trouble with Miss Beck. To her, Blank made it seem like he did not get rid of her sooner because he didn't want Miss Beck failing him in the class. There you go, that's really all the evidence you need. Because if Miss Beck is having, I'm not sure if this is a student that she's having actual sex with, but if it were the student that she was, you know, engaging in sexual intercourse or intimacy with, then that would be rape. Because it's not really consent, it's like it's a threat. As much as the threat might not be being said, it's like it's very much implied when you're in a situation like this. Miss Beck would send Apple Pay payments to Blank. She does not know what it was for. Miss Beck would just send it if Blank asked or needed it. Blank figured he would just take advantage of it because then he didn't need to get a job. It was just random. Blank would say, "Hey, you want to get me pizza?" And she would send him like $36 or $30 rather. She thinks Miss Beck sent him large amounts of money. She did not look into it because she didn't care. Miss Beck had a weird thing against her. She would bring Miss Beck her food or drinks and she would not even acknowledge her. One time she brought a drink to Miss Beck and she later texted Blank telling him to never have your little girlfriend bring stuff to me again. She would never ask the football boys if Blank and her's relationship was serious and if they were going to date. It was so weird because why would she care? Oh, not she would never ask. She would ask. I almost made it sound normal there for a second. My bad. Miss Beck was just weird. She was always flirty and trying to text Blank. Miss Beck would excuse all of his absences so he could pass the class. She would give him all A's. See, again, that's why it's just very obvious if they were engaging in sexual intercourse. Because it's very much implied, hey, if we stop having this relationship, you're not going to be getting all A's anymore. That's where ideally the parents would have stepped in and called the fucking police. Is the right word, or would it technically be sexual assault? Okay, so from what I'm reading, sexual touching in that would be assault, but if it's actual penetrative sex, then that would be especially because from what I understand, part of those 4,000 messages were like videos of oral sex being sent around as well, although Haley has denied everything. Regardless, let's just keep talking about what actually happened here and what everyone's saying. One time, she, Blank, suggested Blank unadd Miss Beck on Snapchat. She wanted to see her obsession with him. After he unadded her, she messaged him on iMessage. She blew his phone up. She told him he was such a child. Well, yes, that's the problem here. He is a child. Fuck, you're so close to getting it, you horrible woman. Blank would block her on iMessage, and then she would go to Instagram and text him. She used to send him TikToks too. She does not know what TikToks were sent though. She has heard of seniors hooking up with Miss Beck and having sex. She does not think Blank was involved. It's been going around on Miss Beck's social media and people have commented, but obviously she doesn't know. This is really interesting. I've just, I've Control F'd and tried to find sex in the whole document. She tried to lure a minor for sex exploit, I guess. It's under the guise of sex offense. I don't know, I guess maybe I was a little confused because the expert in that video said that there was like child going on, so I assume that there was like undeniable evidence that she actually engaged in sex with these students. Reading this report, I'm not sure if that's true, but the charge seems to be luring a minor for sex. Okay, I think there are actually some Snapchat messages collected from Haley's phone that we can see here. When were you going to tell me about Balaka sending you nudes? What are you giving attitude for? Anything that happened before our first kiss, even you can't even be tripping about because we were not together at all. But this happened after, so... Is that Haley Beck sending those messages? That's pretty undeniable sexual assault then, right? Maybe it wasn't Haley Beck that sent that message. Look, because this is the next set of messages. I'm confused. What are you saying? Mind you, during all this, even after our first kiss, you were texting and snapping girls you've had sex with and hanging out with and flirting with our 25-year-old teacher. Let's not forget. There's actually an interview here with Angela Balaka, who was the other teacher, the 47-year-old, or 45-year-old, the woman in her 40s. I confirmed with Angela she only has communication with students outside of school for school-related purposes. she agreed. I then asked her if she communicates with students outside of school purposes. She replied, I'm not going to answer that question. I asked Angela if there was a reason why a student would have her personal phone number. She said there was no reason for that. She then said, I'm going to say this, but I feel like anything I say is going to be viewed as wrong. Angela described a situation where we, referring to students, go on a field trip with high schoolers and preschoolers. Angela has given her phone number for better communication. Other than that reason, there would be no reason. I asked Angela if there would be any reason the student would have any images or videos of Angela in a state of nudity. Angela said she wasn't going to answer the question and she requested an attorney. No further questions were asked and the interview ended. Okay, I guess that's something. Sounds like, I don't know, the silence is suspicious. I mean, the grandma fucking saw the video, so I feel like it's pretty difficult to deny. But here's the interview with Haley Beck, right? This is an important one for sure. After identifying myself to Haley, I provided her a copy of the search warrant and explained it to her line by line. I informed her I'd be seizing her cell phone, which was in her hands while I was speaking with her. Haley handed me the cell phone and was cooperative. I explained to Haley that the search warrant was for her residence as well as her workplace. She understood. Haley has had Blank as a student twice in the past 2 years. Haley said they had got close as peers, then immediately corrected and said, not as peers, but as teacher-student, and he is always in her classroom. Haley said Blank is going through a lot with transferring to another school in California. Haley said she knows Blank well. I clarified Blank is blank. Haley confirmed and said everyone calls him Blank. I asked Haley if she ever contacts students outside of school or at a school function. Haley said she always gives out her phone number on parent information sheets. Haley also said she is the girls' soccer coach and her soccer players also have her phone number. Haley said her players will text her for emergencies in case they cannot practice. Haley does communicate with her other students via the school's messaging applications. Haley said she has communicated with Blank via Instagram over the summer because he was in a weird place about going to another school. Haley said she felt like she and Blank had a good student-teacher relationship, and he felt comfortable talking about issues with her. Haley said she and Blank do not follow each other on Instagram, but felt that Blank was giving her a heads up about being leaving. I asked Haley if Blank had her phone number. She said yes. Haley told me her brother has a significant following on social media. I had conducted research prior to speaking with Haley and learned Haley's brother, Noah Beck, is a high-income social media personality. Noah is reported to have 33.5 million followers on TikTok, and then the Instagram, the YouTube, all that. What do you mean reported? Like, you can just check it. You don't need to say reported. Like, you can just say he has. Next, I told Haley I had received information that there had been complaints from other staff and students about Haley's relationship with Blank. I provided examples of hearing about inappropriate messages and being seen together in public. I asked Haley if there was any truth to those accusations. Haley said she would go to away football games with other staff members to support the team. She denied any times intentionally meeting up with Blank in public. I asked Haley if she has ever given gifts to Blank. Haley said yes and clarified, said that she has not given gifts only to Blank, but to all of her student athletes. She said she was a high school athlete and is active in athletics and will provide a bunch of snacks to Blank, and 3 other students on the football team. Haley said she got inspiration from another teacher, Miss Dunham, to provide the gifts, otherwise she has never given gifts outside of school. Next, I asked Haley if she knew anything that had occurred between Blank and Angela. She replied very little and said the day prior when the staff was informed about Angela's investigation. Angela was heavily talked about being involved. When asked why allegations of an inappropriate relationship between Haley and Blank would be made against her, she chuckled and said she had a few ideas. Haley said Blank is a very sociable person and popular at school. He is good with his words and seen it in action when Blank talks to girls in class. Haley continued and said the previous semester, Blank's attendance was poor. He had voiced to Haley that going to college was important to him, so Haley helped Blank with his attendance by opening her classroom to him after school to make up his attendance. She felt because of this, the rumors started about Blank and Haley. She said she is equally as close to her soccer students, but because they're girls, it's not talked about. She has confided in other teachers and was told younger teachers go through this. I asked Haley if Blank would know where she lives. She said Blank wouldn't have a reason to know where her parents live. Haley said he may know where she lives at the apartment complex, but not the apartment number. She said many Blank students go to her apartment complex to use the pool. She said her apartment complex was near the school and the students happened to go there. She has been seen at the apartment by students, but they wouldn't know where her apartment was. Okay, oh, this is insane here. This is the important bit though. I told Haley it had been brought up during the investigation there was a video of Haley performing oral sex on Blank, and I asked if that was true. Haley adamantly denied and said absolutely not. That is one thing I would 1000% deny. She said it is insane that would be alleged. I then asked Haley if there was ever a sexual relationship with Blank before and after he turned 18. She said no. Haley was adamant Blank has never come to her apartment and she has never had a relationship outside of a student-teacher relationship. Haley gives the officer the phone, provides the officer with the passcode number despite that being optional. There was a handwritten letter found in her apartment during the search. So let's give this a read actually. You're probably going to think this is cheesy as hell, but you know I'm a words girly. I know, you aren't dying, plus you're literally just a text away, but I had little notes from people when I was away studying abroad, plus would just read made them whenever I was feeling a little lonely. Obviously, with you being away from your closest people, you may tell that way at some point. Yeah, I mean, immediately, this seems like a little bit more than just a teacher-student type relationship. It's kind of crazy to look back, plus realize in my 2 years of knowing you, our relationship has changed so much. I'm really glad I had the opportunity to teach your sophomore year, because without that, we would have never really been chill with each other. I know there's some random times and days where you decide to hate me, but that's okay, because I know at the end of the day, we're solid most of the time. I genuinely feel like you're a brother. Weird, maybe a cousin or stepbro. Plus, truly never thought I would be in this situation with you. Even if we don't talk all the time now, or even at all when you're in college, I feel like our little bond will always be there. So just hit me when you want to go get wasted at our bar together, and I'll be sending you my wedding invite one day. I do think it's pretty. We are safe in saying though that Haley Beck is a fucking freak and a creep. Like, this is not normal behavior between student and teacher. No way. Not a chance. Handwritten letter as well. Fuck that. Oh shit, look at this. Look at this. Okay, this is fucked up. Don't forget our first pickleball hangout, plus how you wouldn't get out of my car for like 3 hours, or our Sonic run after your state game, or all the random times you fell asleep on my couch just waiting for me to invite you into my room. Lol. Ooh, or our go-kart experience. Our word games. Shake Shack. You know, for this relationship being extremely wrong. I feel like we have really made the most out of it. Fuck, man. No, this is really suspicious. This is, like, incredibly suspicious. There is no other student I know so wrong that I'd want to do this all with. Don't let this get to your head, but I'm glad you're in my life. Okay, ew, what the fuck? I mean, you've been to my parents' house in their closet? Insane. I feel like you've opened up to me about a lot of things. I'm glad I've been able to be someone you can talk to, even though sometimes my advice or input is unsolicited. I'm happy we can talk about things. You know you can always reach out if you need anything. Okay, so we've established here that she's fucking lying during her, like, the forensic investigation. That's bullshit. The whole teacher-student relationship, that's, like, really good, total bullshit. It's way more than that. Way more than that. I won't lie, I would always look forward when you come over, not even to do anything, but just to hang, right? That implies that they usually do stuff, but it's not, like, necessary for her to have fun. Whether it was to talk, watch movies, make pizza, or do other stuff, I'm glad we have those memes, okay? And lastly, it kinda hit me that it'll be weird not seeing you during Storm the Halls, plus even weirder not seeing you on the field. This is really interesting, this bit. This is just the beginning. Even though you will go to your grave saying we aren't peers, I'm glad to have you as a friend. At the start of the interview, she sort of Freudian slipped and said, oh no, we're peers. Oh, sorry, teacher-student. So it seems like during this relationship they had, whatever the fuck was going on, she would constantly insist that they were peers and he would deny it. But she is so hell-bent on that peers label that she even used it like during the interview and then immediately regretted it because it sounded weird. I'm glad to have you as a friend. Like, bro, you're the first person that got me to smoke weed. You're always gonna have that title, so we're locked for real. And maybe one day we'll be able to go to the aquarium. I'm here whenever. Even though you never say it back, I love you, plus wish you all the best always. Love, Haley Beck. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's fucked up. Okay, this is good. These are actual messages between Haley and the victim, or alleged victim. I feel like I have to say alleged, but whatever. I read the messages. I wasn't aware that these messages were so explicit before recording. And yeah, rape is like she raped him. She's a rapist and a pedophile. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this bit's important. Bro, because I have to go to this dumb youth camp at North High and then up to Anthem to sleep before I leave for tomorrow morning. Haley says, sleep over in Anthem. Don't forget to come get me, and then sort of saves it with JK. Oh, well, thank fuck for that. You saved yourself there, Haley. Nothing dodgy going on here at all. Oh, she then sends $25 in Apple Pay because there was like a joke here before about I'm going to send you $5 every time you compliment my outfit, which she sent over as well. Which, yeah, this is just, I mean, that's just, it's grooming. It's just grooming. Like, this is grooming. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not fucking sorry. You agree with me, probably, because you're not unhinged. Oh, Haley says, come pick me up. I'm pulling up. Wad, Tanga outlets. I want to hang. Deep as fuck. I'm overly far. Well, what is there to do in Anthem? Drive to Flag. Right, so nothing we can do tonight. I mean, you can Uber here. Anthem ain't too far. I'll let you in. To your grandpa's? And then in the morning, you can drive my car home. What can I do at your grandpa's for real? I'm capable of driving, not gonna lie. Okay, so she wants to be in a private domicile with one of her students at nighttime, but it's not like she just wants to be indoors because she can't do it at the grandpa's house. She wants it to be a situation at nighttime because she's bored with a student that she is very clearly creepily obsessed with to some extent, that she commonly invites over to her bedroom, that she claims to love despite him never saying it back. As much as I feel as though I have a responsibility to not say that it is factual she was having sex with him, I do feel as though I am allowed to say I think she was having sex with this kid. The next series of messages, Haley and Blank discuss where to get food. Haley says Blank can't get your nuts off with me, and she offers her services. It appears as if some messages are missing based on the progression of the conversation. Oh, that's not suspicious at all. Blank also asked Haley to go to the dispo, which through my training and experience is slang for marijuana dispensary, and pick up marijuana products, and Blank would meet up with Haley at a later time to pick it up. This conversation, products, and Blank would meet up with Haley at a time later to pick it up, and they say the date and everything. Yeah, you could always just get your nut off with me, you're sick, God forbid a girl offers her services. Oh my god, okay, wait, so he says you're funny, and then Haley literally says, oh, but I'm also serious, just call me if you're feeling crazy. And this is after deleting messages, by the way. This is what the fuck did she delete? She makes it so clear what he's, oh my god, no, okay, yeah, she's a fucking predator. She's a fucking predator. She's a pedo, no, she's a pedo. I'm thinking now, because if the genders were reversed, I'd call them a pedo. Yeah, if it was a 28-year-old male teacher trying to get with fucking 18-year-old girls that he's teaching, yeah, they're a pedophile. Especially when the sexual contact starts at 17, yeah, pedo. Or we could keep it PG and get froyo. Keep it PG. So, like, yeah, there's no, like, mystery as to what she was referring to earlier if the or is keeping it PG. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Haley sent a photo of her neck. Haley appears to be outside tanning. Her neck is exposed and red. Her head is tilted slightly to one side, and on her neck is a small red mark towards her throat. The victim says, oh goodness. Haley sends more money via Apple Pay. The victim says, you're gonna have skin cancer. Haley says, talking about the hickey. The victim says, hey sugar mummy, nice to hear from you at the perfect time. Look at you being telepathically connected. Better suck up right now, because I cried myself to sleep last night because you didn't say love you back. This is actually getting me like a little sick now reading this. Gotta catch me today before my period starts tomorrow, I think. And then she sends a gif of Kevin James, Paul Blart Molkoff. Okay, whatever, I guess. She then sends a gif of Edna from The Incredibles? What the fuck is Haley Beck on? How am I supposed to devour you if I'm driving and dropping you off? At the crib, out front? It's so sus doing it during the day, but okay, whatever you say. I guess I'll settle for being a rebellious teen. Yeah, this is what we're seeing, this whole, like, still wants to be a high schooler thing coming out. The victim says, not complaining, clutch, sugar mama for real, porn star, all the perks for real, cars, hotels, even the appointment, what a gal. Haley says, yeah, and all while you have a girlfriend on the side. The victim says, you're just not in a porn star body, that's all. Haley says, so this is you admitting you have a girlfriend, because if that's the case, I'm not doing nothing with you. They say, I don't have a girlfriend for real. Okay, thank you. I really hope you aren't trolling me though, because weirdly, that is when I'd cut off everything. Not like us being cool, just my physical and money services. So I hope you aren't lying just to keep it. Again, this is after messages had been deleted, by the way. This is fucking unhinged. Like, no, this is really bad. This is really, really fucking bad. I feel horrible for even, like, trying to give any type of benefit of the doubt before. Like, I had skimmed through this. I knew the story. I hadn't gone through all the text messages, though. This is so fucked up. Like, unbelievably fucked up. This is so explicit now. I'm just trying to get my dick sucked, so you let me know. And then Haley says, I'll be there in 20. Like, 5 away. Do you want me to pull up in front of your house a little before, not in the light, be there in 2? In these messages, Haley mentions being on her period, but she can still use her mouth. But then after, if you're not doing anything, can we get froyo? My period started, I have an excuse. But good thing I can still use my mouth, she says. She then offers to purchase alcohol for him. Let me just get buzzballs, those'll knock you out. I mean, if the consent wasn't murky enough already, yeah, get the kid drunk, why don't you? Okay, like, now it's just undeniable. I knew that was gonna happen, to be honest. In these messages, Haley and Blank are having a conversation about Blank breaking up with his girlfriend. During this thread, Haley asks when Blank wants her to suck his dick. Haley says, but was mainly asking so you could actually come to my place again sometime, unless you found others to do that stuff for you, now apparently 12. Man, it was. I knew that was gonna happen. You chose to be the nice guy. There's no compromise in breakups, but somehow she's still gonna do the same shit. Like, do it now when you have the opportunity to be the one that didn't do anything wrong, or else the cycle will just keep going. But your life, do you. I just feel like you are so ready to be done. Hopefully you still enjoy me sucking your dick, so let me know when you want that. Still enjoy joy implies that they have already been doing this, by the way. I feel like things are going to change with us when the school year starts again. In these messages, Haley and Blank have a conversation about the Kesha concert Haley attended. There is reference about Haley performing oral sex. Then Haley blatantly tells Blank she will suck your dick tomorrow. No, for real, I can't wait to put this burrito in my mouth. Yes, I have my car, why? Wow, want to put something else in your mouth? I mean, yeah, dumb question. Alright, for sure, let me know when you're outside. Nah, I wish, but I'm staying the night as friends. At a friend's, that's why I'm staying tomorrow. Damn, I know, bummer. What are you doing tomorrow? Take your 30-year-old ass home. Fuck are you still doing having sleepovers for? Suck my dick, ho. I'm hungry, fuck. My house is empty. Going to sleep. Because I drank and I'm being responsible. You know, I'm okay with pedophilia, but drunk driving, that's where I draw the line. Here we go. Brother, what you doing tomorrow? I'll suck your dick then. Okay, so the whole brother thing in the note that I thought like, oh, maybe if you seem like a brother, you don't fuck your brother. But they're even calling him brother here. So maybe she's into incest as well. You're gonna pass out. I don't know yet. I know after I don't know what she loves this burrito. Fucking hell. You don't know what you're doing, but saying if you get an opening, interesting. Like, prioritize me if you want my mouth around your dick. Prior to the next series of messages, Haley had offered her vehicle to Blank and asked if he had driven it, to which he declined. She asked for him to take her car through the car wash and to have it vacuumed. She also complained of a sore throat and that she would need a break. The following occurred on the 10th of July at 10:53. I still struggle with the months, sorry about that. I need approximately a 1-day break from sucking dick, my throat is not well. You can have until Monday. No, I go as early as Saturday, I'm a champ. Gotta get out of my system before I leave for Cali. Night, hit me tomorrow for brekkie, lunch, dinner, movie, 12 suck, you name it. I'm a free bird tomorrow. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I have a serious question. What's up? Why did Blank just randomly text me saying she heard some crazy stuff about me? And so I said, what? And she said, Blank said, apparently you were going through your phone pics and showed a video of me sucking your dick. I don't know when or to who, but why is that a thing? Blank says, who is Blank? Kaylee says, Blank's girlfriend? I don't know. That's a wild, pretty crazy rumor. I mean, scary thing is it's not a rumor. Says who? Sounds like a rumor to me. Well, it's not a rumor that you have a video, if not multiple, but like, I'd hope you weren't dumb enough to show your guy friends or even tell them. They say nah, like I'm not gonna be mad, but clearly he knows about all the shit we do, and that is more than I wanted him to know in the first place. But as long as no one else knows, like all I've ever cared about is that if you're honest about that part. The next series of messages, Haley and Blank discuss oral sex. Again, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Was this not enough? Like, surely that is the moment where you go, we need to stop, this is gonna be really bad, I'm gonna get fucking arrested here. I'll stay up if you will come, yeah, but turn your brain off for a few then, and just get my balls licked. Sure, if that's what you want. Balls licked, dick sucked, let's run it. But like, come now if you're at all available. Or just confirm you'll come at 11 so I know to stay up, lol. Before I get too tired to perform well. Why would I get in my car to drive when you're already out? Bro, to bring something for some randos. If you want to eat the dick, just say that. I wasn't even getting at that, but shit. Was just thinking smarter, not harder, really. Can't decline a nut. Seems like you're playing hard to get right now, so I'm also laying in bed and don't want to get up until I have to be honest. I also have stuff to do, so I wouldn't trap you here. So are you coming? Or, I'm here, bring this down. Bro, you blow my shit every chance you get. Shh, like, oh my god. Again, these messages are similar where Haley and Blank speak about sex. Yeah, you should have now, you'll never get the chance ever again. Yeah, whatever, I don't like liars. Who's lying? You. When I visit home, I'm coming to beat them cheeks up. I smiled, but then said, ew, freak. If my shit was weak, then what's your point even? Cry me a river. When are you gonna come home to visit then? Now, no need for me to cry, I'll just suck your dick and you can shut the fuck up about it. So if he's clapping cheeks or whatever the fuck, like, if they're having actual penetrative sex, under the presupposition that the grades will go down if the sex isn't had, then I do think you can. That does cross the boundary from sexual assault to just straight rape. That's rape. And like, I'm actually comfortable saying that now. They then talk about how she's lost weight and that I guess she wouldn't, the victim wouldn't have fucked her if she was bigger back in the day, I guess. But now she looks fire. Same way I think about Miss B, right? Talking about the other pedophile. If she was a little more fit, I would have died in the pussy. Bro, she's also 50 though, but she's too damn big for me right now. Age is just a number, baby. She's starving for the young dick. I mean, yeah, I guess, but even though our situation is still not right, at least we are closer in age. I don't like being compared to Mrs. B. Not 100%, a tad more normalized. Like, if I'm 25 and you're 33, who cares? Holy gilf. Luckily, I haven't cracked her, so, yet. Again, that definitely implies that him and the teacher have cracked. Oh, right, this sounds way more normal, like an older woman, so go you, sick. Can't even look at her without thinking of her literal vagina. The next messages, blank refers to Haley as her lifelong side piece. I'm gonna get sick of side piece eventually, I'll need an upgraded title. 8 hours of meetings today, I'm actually gonna kill myself. Well, that's not my decision. What do you mean? You're the old lady here. If you seek a relationship your age, I can't be anything other than your side piece. You're playing with fire, not me. Yeah, I mean, if she wants anything more, I don't even know why I'm fucking even entertaining this, but an 18-year-old student is not going to get in a long-term relationship with a 28-year-old teacher. You think I'll still fuck with even when I'm in a relationship? 100% dick too fi. I was going to ask if you'd still fuck with if you were in one, but you literally did. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been locked in a relationship, but technically I am, so I guess you can say that. I don't really care, to be honest, I cheat. You are? Like again? When I come home, I'ma see her, fuck's sake. She like a sloth on a tree, she not letting go. Yeah, I mean, we'll address the elephant in the room. This kid here sounds like a huge prick. Obviously, it doesn't make them any less of a victim. You don't need to be a perfect victim to still be a victim. And this kid here is obviously still a victim of predation and sexual assault from this teacher. But like, yeah, they are a prick. In the next series of messages, Haley and Blank are discussing meeting. Prior to these messages, Blank complains about his water pressure and said he has to share with his roommate. Blank asked Haley if they were going to repeat their plans from the night before. Based on the message, implies they had met for sex. This occurred on, and then the date there. Your roomie went in on the action too? I'm kidding. Wow, you really are just a bucket. Like you would dead do this, I feel like. You're insane. A bucket? Bro, he could very well be a minor and I would never do this for a stranger. Haley sends a screenshot of lyrics with the caption, "Forget teenage dream, this is my new song to you." The screenshot lyrics are the following. You can hit it in the morning. Yeah, like it's yours. I know it ain't right, but I don't care. Break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, cause I'm bored. Break up with your girlfriend. I'm bored, by Ariana Grande. Jesus Christ, tee hee hee hee, oh relax, live a little. In this conversation thread, Blank thanks Haley for everything she has done for him. Haley responded by questioning why he was thanking her, and it felt like a goodbye. She then mentions, beat them cheeks up, and their last hurrah. Yeah, no, I know this, but still like available over text and call, you know. I'll see you this weekend when you're available for our temporary last hurrah. Yeah, but not regularly, maybe. When I come home, I'm coming to beat them cheeks up, that's where I got the impression. Haha, maybe, that's funny. Now, like, I know you have stuff to do and people to see, but don't forget about your sugar mama. This message, Blank sent Haley a screenshot of a text message I had sent Blank during this time. Blank was actively avoiding police. The following is what I sent Blank. My name is Dankyjabo with Peoria PD. I have a search warrant for your phone and need you to turn it over. If you do not, you could face criminal charges for failing to obey a court order. If you prefer, we would contact you as at your new school in California. Please call this number to verify I am in fact a police officer. Respond to this number to coordinate the surrender of your phone. Thank you. Blank sent this message to Haley with the caption, "Don't text me." After seeing the amount of Apple Cash requests, I added each time Blank requested and Haley sent money. The following are the dates, times, and amounts along with any significant notes surrounding the transaction. This message was captioned, "This money exchange just felt like straight prostitution." Fuck, man. Next, I searched through Haley's notes. The following is what I found. This is the recently deleted folder. I think it goes beyond just a sexual thing for her. I think that she was like genuinely in love with this kid. Like actual unhealthy fucking obsession with this kid. Like that's why I'm confused why you even keep her around when you get everything you need from me. Yeah, like she clearly wants to be with this guy and she's very jealous that he's seeing other people. Like, are you calling her an ex for research purposes? Why are you mad at her for cheating but you can do it? That's really fucked up from him. Yeah, again, this guy's a prick. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, what is this? These like full-on breakup conversations with a fucking child that haven't tried to have like these obviously they're not going to be very emotionally intelligent. They're 18 years old, you idiot. Okay, I don't care if you get annoyed at this being long because whenever I bring this up in person or over the phone, you hang up on me or walk away. This convo is only being prolonged because you don't know how to communicate. And yes, I'm sorry, but that's the least you could do for me. He's 18 fucking... Oh my God. No 18-year-old knows what good, healthy relationships are actually like or how to be in them. That's not me saying that all 18-year-old relationships are like bad or abusive or whatever, but like to know exactly what you're looking for in a partner, what you offer to whatever partner you may have, it's just not possible. You don't have enough experience at 18 years old. The fact that this fucking 28-year-old predator expects clear and open, amazing communication from an 18-year-old prolific cheater is fucking insane. Like, she's delusional. I've only texted these last couple days because I feel like you're weird towards me and I've wanted to figure out why and fix it. If you want, this can be the last time I waste words on you, but I feel like you can at least try to understand how I feel. You know that this entire time, the only thing I've ever asked of you is to be kind and respectful to me. I have literally never cared about the money aspect of this. Believe it or not, I know how to say no, and if I didn't care about you, I would have said no multiple times by now. Not only do I buy your stuff, I personally deliver it to your house. I've bought you stuff to tattoo appointments, driven you to haircuts, DoorDashed food to my classroom for you, bought you hotels, let you drive my car multiple times, done hours of your homework, even started doing stuff for your friend. Literally, whenever you need, I'm there. I have never acted put out by any of that, but I have wondered if that is the only reason you keep me around. I like to think it's not, because you'll randomly say things to me that make me feel like you actually enjoy hanging with me. I figured you get literally all the perks of a relationship without being pressured to even be in one, obviously. But I think you forget that naturally I have feelings and they get hurt by you sometimes. I hate feeling like I'm being used by you, and I hate the fact that if I have something to ask you or to say to you, you get annoyed. I hardly ever get mad or annoyed at you, even though there has been plenty of reasons for me to. You'll tell me we aren't peers, then proceed to act like we are more than that. I hardly ever say no to getting you stuff or hanging out with you when you call me at 10 because I want to. It's never a burden to me, but you make me feel like all that stuff only applies when it's convenient to you, and when I ask to hang, I'm being annoying. I feel like I know you value and appreciate me, but I also feel like you think it's easy to take advantage of my kindness towards you. Trust me, I know I get a little attached at times, but I figured it benefits you always and there's literally no strings attached, so I don't know how it is ever an annoyance to you. I'm sorry if I overstep when asking about blank, but to be honest, before we were ever anything, you tell me about all your other girl stuff, so I just assume that you continue telling me things. But it's fine. I figured that with our situation, overstepping doesn't really exist, and that's something I feel like you should value. The fact you can tell me things that I never judge. There's randomly some days where you will give me a play-by-play story about something that happened between you two. Then other days where you get mad when I even mention her name. I don't care about that. I truly just want you to be happy, and the last thing I want you to feel by this situation is stressed. If you think our time as whatever this is done, fine. But with the school year coming up, I understand things will change, but I also think we can still maintain a friendship if that's what you want. I'm not dumb, contrary to what you might think given our situation, but obviously we won't text during the day because of school and football. The last thing I want is to be a burden on you during your season, trust me, but I'd like to think that when/if you are ever free, you can hit me up, because I want to support you, this year knowing that we are cool. But if we continue any kind of relationship, it would be nice to know I'm kept in the loop about stuff. I mean, that is just an extremely long confession that, like, if it was between two people or of similar ages in a consenting relationship, it would be like a perfectly reasonable thing to keep in your notes app to vent, I guess. But then when you add the context of who these people actually are and the relationship between them, it becomes so predatory that I can't even begin to describe it. End of notes, but then he requested an affidavit for a search warrant for Haley and Blank's account. I found the following profiles for both Haley and Blank. So this is stuff that I guess maybe wasn't in the Instagram messages on the actual phone, but they received a notice from Meta themselves, who had provided the requested data. The data was provided in 3 zipped folders. After downloading the data, I observed the following. Instagram provided an 8,000-page document which contained Haley's messages, posts, threads, and basic subscriber information. The following was a conversation referencing Blank. Haley says, Blank, and then Blank says, yo, I was going to ask when you were coming to visit, but Blank said tomorrow, so yay. A bunch of media files associated with the account. They viewed all the files, did not find any media containing Blank. Instagram provided a significantly large file for Blank's profile, but it was so many pages that every time he attempted to download the report, the file crashed. So they weren't able to view the report for their file, unfortunately. A bunch of media files for Blank's account as well. They viewed all the files, did not find any media containing Haley or Angela. Next is the Apple account. Apple provided the data for both Haley and Angela together in 7 different links with multiple folders. Within the links, there were no FaceTime logs provided. Next was the iCloud. There wasn't much found there either. I tell a lie, there were 13 folders with 5,000 photos of Haley, and a bunch of the folders were Haley with a bunch of the students, including Blank. I'm guessing these are self-for-work photos, sort of them posing with them for the football games and stuff, nothing too outlandish here. A log of messages contained in the iCloud were provided. There were over 30,000 messages. They used the search function and search for Blank's phone number as well as his name. There was only one instance where they were mentioned, which sees a pretty seemingly innocent message here. Saw Blank and Blank, he's coming here next year to play basketball. Apple provided 6 folders that contained a total of 383 videos and photos. I reviewed each of the media's files and did not locate the blowjob video or the video of Angela in the shower. I also did not locate any media containing Blank. Then they took the older woman, Angela's husband's full iCloud as well. Couldn't find anything of Angela in the shower there either. Search warrant for the Ring camera, search warrant for Angela's Verizon. They didn't even get the records for the Ring stuff. Here we go, affidavit for Haley and Angela's Snapchat. The warrant was granted and served the next day. After I downloaded the data, it was provided in 5 separate packages. Each package contained the following data. A bunch of Excel spreadsheets, I guess, in the first one. I imagine the poor officer having to, like, actually scroll. I guess it's their job, but, like, fuck me, what a job this would be. After downloading all of the files, a diligent review of each file was conducted. For the purpose of organizing this narrative and ease of understanding for the reader, items of evidentiary value will be documented by person, starting with Angela Berlacher, Haley Beck, then blank blank. There were no messages found between Angela and Haley. Other conversations were found with other students, however. None of the message contained any inappropriate content. Oh my god. Under the same production file, I searched the AI conversations first, which provided many responses. The following is the questions that had evidentiary value. The birthday listed is blank's birthday. The question was, if someone turned 18 on the birthday, what year were they born? I guess maybe that's them trying to figure out just how immoral what they're doing actually is. Next, I searched for conversations which were under the same production file. The following is what I discovered. Messages with blank. First, I looked for messages with blank. There were, and then we got this. Haley, like, what am I supposed to do about this right now? If I don't provide later, then you can call me lame. Deal. Kind of freaking out about that message. Delete everything about me in your phone, probably. I don't think it's about you, though. I think Miss B in some shit, and they trying to get me for questioning. Everything has been deleted, you do the same, but let me know what it's about, I'm nervous. I have no clue, I think she just got caught up with some other kids, and they said my name got brought up. I have something to give you also. Okay, as long as it's about her. I'm leaving right now to go where? Dago. I don't know what Dago is, but just got an email about South San Diego. Balaka. Wait, you're gonna call now? Question marks. Say, what's the email? He's, hold on, not staying till Sunday anymore then. Brief summary. Kaylee sends a screenshot of the email addressing Angela Balaka being placed on administrative leave. Wait, so you're like gone? Gosh dang it, I had stuff to give you. Wow, yeah, I'm out. Unfortunate, mail it. See, like, even under like the threat of investigation, because she's shitting herself now, surely, if she's like, she's got any sense of sense in her, but she still wants to like engage with this bloke on this fucking inappropriate level. It's like, she's so obsessed that it's clouding her better judgment, which should be kicking in like fuck here. I wonder who said something. Are you gonna have to call PD? I can't one just next time you're home, I guess. I thought I'd have time to at least drop it off by Sunday. It's good, just don't text me right now. They can eat a dick. I don't know anything at all. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what's going on. Alright, I hope you're not like weird with me or something, but okay. No, just not trying to create a new situation. You see this in front of your face. Like, just was wanting to be updated about your stuff, really. Yeah, this is just a you and me thing, though. Not that it's right, but others were involved with her, so no need to just get automatically standoffish to me, though. And you're also not at blank anymore, so good luck in Cali. Don't be a stranger. Never send me that email again, real quick. Who are you showing it to? My dad. Did they tell him the police contacted you? Or did you tell him the police contacted you? He knows goofball. They showed up at my door banging on it at 6 a.m. on the first day of school and fucked up every plan we had to up there. Didn't get to talk about any coaches or any people or anyone. Haley says, wait, what? They came to your house? I gotta go. Delete this shit. You're being weird, but okay. You're being an idiot, like there isn't an investigation going on in front of your face. Bro, for videos of Balaka because other kids told, you're on your way to Cali and this is over Snap. Like, tell me if it's about something else, please. What's the name of your school? Okay, not gonna lie, I feel the need to text you because I feel like I'm out of the loop with your stuff and don't want you hiding things from me, especially if it has a little to do with me. Your sudden decision to just leave today kind of made me feel nervous, and I feel like you wouldn't have told if I didn't ask. The last thing I want to do is overwhelm you and stress about this because I'm sure your day/yesterday has been hard enough, but you can talk to me on here like you're in Cali and this is over Snap. I'm not dumb to the situation right now, but feel like my mind has been stressing just because you are not really talking to me about this stuff. Talk to me when you can. I know you're busy, but fill me in to ease my mind, please. This woman's fucking insane. She's insane. She's like, she's a predator and she's insane and she's obsessed and she's in love, and it's not even real love. I hate using the word love, but it's just so, I can't even analyze it. I can't because she's so sick in the fucking head that I have no idea what's going on with her. Like, why are you still messaging him this shit when you know there's an investigation going on, you clown? She doesn't even know how to groom correctly. Like, just delete the fucking evidence, you idiot. Not that I would have done anything because of all the affidavits, but like, at least look like you're trying. Jesus fuck. While searching with Haley's messages, I came across a series of audio messages with user blank, who was later identified as blank. I was able to identify blank by open source investigative techniques and viewed his social media profile. I conducted a local history check and discovered Peoria Police had contact with blank as recent as as recent as that date. During a traffic stop, it's American dates as well, so it's hard harder for me. After conducting a driver's license check, I was able to view blank AZMVD photograph and compared it to the photographs that were exchanged between blank and Haley, confirming it was in fact blank, date of birth, 17 years old. The following conversation is in reference to Angela. During this conversation, Haley and blank discuss Angela sending stuff to blank. Haley admits to blank she knew Angela had sent stuff to blank. Back in the spring, she says blank had told her about it when it happened. Haley also asks blank if Angela sent him stuff because she recalled blank talking about it previously. Initially, blank denies Angela had sent him stuff but later admits to it. Haley also admits to sending stuff to blank. I want to know how, like, they found out about it. I don't know. I actually have no clue. I was just as confused, to be honest. Like, did someone turn it in? Like, obviously, like, I mean, maybe a parent, but, like, blank's parents surely didn't, like, that's not something they would do or care about, honestly. Wow, so Haley was fully aware of how shit this fucking kid's parents was, by the way. Fuck, you're such failures as parents that the girl who is literally grooming your son has the utmost confidence that you wouldn't even dream of turning anything in. They should be fucking ashamed. I know, I don't, no, definitely not, I don't know, because Miss Balaka has a husband. Was supposed to stay, like, over the weekend until Sunday until he went to California, but then he went yesterday, and part of me feels like it has to do with this situation. It might, to be honest, not gonna lie. Mate, what, you're confiding in a 17-year-old about your fucking predatory investigation shit and, like, your relationship drama. Yeah, no, she's got a whole husband and, like, 2 grown kids, so I don't know. Jeez Louise, bro. Haley asks, did she ever send stuff to you? Like, I remember you saying, like, I'm not gonna say anything, blank, like, I swear, but be so honest, because like I remember you saying that you had stuff from another teacher, and I remember trying to guess, just be honest. And then Haley says, so there's a different teacher, that's not her, that's not me, sending you stuff. I don't know about you, but her having to add the qualifier of that's not me sending you stuff makes it sound as though Haley was absolutely sending this 17-year-old stuff as well. That's what it sounds like to me, but I guess you can let me know in the comments. Like, you can be very honest, like, I'm literally not gonna say anything to anyone, like, I promise. Nah, she did, but fuck, no one knows. No one could ever know, I don't know, like. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I knew that she sent blank stuff. He told me this at the end of the last semester, that he just had, like, videos or whatever, but for what he made it seem like, and I was actually shocked, and, like, I never even said that. Like, I never told a soul because that, like, a couple people's lives you're messing with. So I never said anything, but as far as I know from what he was saying, it was just him receiving them kind of thing and not doing anything about it. So I don't know why he's the main one. Then they call Miss Balaka a bitch a lot. Like a crazy bitch who's like a horrible woman or whatever. Haley says, like, listen, if I were to do any of that stuff, like, still, that's extremely wrong. Like, so wrong. Don't get it twisted, but like, and I send to multiple people, like, that is actually insane. But for her who is like 50 years old with a husband and kids, that's wrong times wrong. This is her trying to justify her actions, I guess, by comparing it to someone who was sending and doing worse things, I guess. Although Haley was actually having sex with these people. From what I'm aware, Balaka was just sending explicit videos, I think. I don't know, though. I'm not sure. It's different. I turn 18 soon anyway, so yeah, sending to 17-year-olds is pretty much confirmed here. It's not even about that. Like, it's the fact that, like, I mean, again, I'm not saying this to rationalize this at all, but, like, I'm in my 20s, single with no kids. Again, that does not make it okay for me to be freaky. If I was gonna do that, even just to you, just, like, I don't know that's why she's interesting. That's why it explains unintelligible videos, unintelligible fuck. Yeah, I know why. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand. Like, obviously I do know why, but just know that, like, it's fine if you do, because, like, everything with me, I'm just chill, no one knows about me, really. So this is the 17-year-old propositioning her to be like, look, you can do stuff with me. Obviously, I guess this kid has a crush on his teacher. I'm not blaming him at all. He's a fucking victim here. He's 17 years old. Purely on Haley for actually going through with this shit or talking about it in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, but, like, people obviously found out about stuff that was on the DL with other people. So, like, how's that come to be? Like, what's so scary too about even taking sometimes, like, how did that happen? Yeah, but I don't have the need to do that. I'm not talking to nobody. Like, I'm literally just my mind own self. So I'm a sentimental person. I hate her. I hate doing bad people, like doing people raw. And I know I done it, but, like, it's just, I don't like it. So you're saying that I'm safe with you because you're a sentimental person. You don't want to do bad things to a good person like me. Is that what you're saying? Laughing. Yes, literally. Nah, but maybe I was thinking that maybe her husband found out. Yeah, dude, like, I don't know, that would be crazy for him to turn her in like that. I don't know. I asked my little cop guy friend and he hasn't responded yet because he's sleeping, so I'll see what he says. Blank and Haley continue to discuss their suspicions of Blank and Angela. They move on to talking about Blank's class and the students in them. During this conversation, Haley and Blank indicate a possible relationship between them. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Why do you care about the other girls in the class when you have me in there? Duh. Oh yeah, I forgot, my fault, I'm sorry. Nah, but lol, I'm kidding, kind of. Nah, like you won't even like care about the other girls in there because like I'm so chill. Yeah, like I won't be able to keep my eyes off you. It's just gonna be so hard, just gonna be so focused in that class. I'm glad you can prepare yourself. Yeah, hopefully you stay focused, but don't get too distracted either, you know. Just make sure you want to talk to me the entire class, not actually do work, hoping to keep your good student standards in my class. Or like maybe you also can't like get jealous when I show other people attention because that's my job. It's gonna be so hard for me to do that. I just can't see you talk to another guy like, oh my god. No, I've actually heard that before from somebody. Actually, a couple people like being dead serious when I was talking to other guy students in particular. They got a little jealous apparently. How many fucking people has she had this relationship with? Okay, they did actually end up finding the video of Angela in the shower. I see that here, and the two folders labeled deleted and expunged. Specifically within the expunged folder were two videos containing Angela in a state of nudity, and there was one video of Angela in the shower. The other video was a color video with audio. It was 39 seconds. It depicts a female masturbating with a dark-colored penis-shaped object with a white control box at the base of the penis-shaped object. As the video continues, the female is masturbating with the object by inserting it repeatedly into her vagina. The female has manicured nails that are painted in a dark color. The audio of the video is of the female moaning, but no name is said. The camera is focused on the female's vagina and her face is not visible. Based off the penis-shaped object and the blanket in the background, these two items were compared to the search warrant photos in Angela's residence. The penis-shaped object found in Angela's bedroom is the same penis-shaped object seen in the video. Also, the bedding in the background of the video is the same bedding that was in Angela's bed in the residence. With this information, it is reasonable to believe the woman masturbating in the video is Angela. Believe it or not, there is so much more to this document that we haven't even covered. Like, I don't think we've even spoken about half of it. I'm not going to go over the entire thing on this video, but I think what I have just told you is more than enough to get the gist of just how sick what was going on here actually is. If you want me to look at more, then maybe I will on stream or something. There's a lot of interviews, an example that I didn't talk about. But anyway, after this, a lot of students came out with their experience from the school about Haley Beck, essentially. So here's one student in our class talking about their experience.
All right, this is my story on Haley Beck. As you can see right here, I was in her class. Yeah. It all started second semester last year. You know, I found out I had Haley Beck's class. I was like, oh my God, Noah Beck's brother. Like, I'm gonna have her class. Like, that's insane to me, you know? I had her as my last period, so I get to class and then I leave school after class. But while I'm in that class, we actually chose our seats, who we sit with. So I sat right next to Bro, the victim. And I didn't sit at the same table as him, but I sat at the table next to him, and he was like the very front of the classroom. That's where he sat. Right off the bat, energy was weird. Energy was weird between them. Like, for example, there's this one time, Bro throws a pencil at her, right? He's like, shut up, throws a pencil at her. She just takes it, doesn't get mad. She's not like, go to the fucking office, like yada yada, nothing. She's just like, sits there, like taking the disrespect from Bro, so. We all thought that was so weird. Everyone sat there in silence. We were like looking at each other like, what the fuck just like happened? Like, are we dead ass? And like, it's a normal class, you know?
I feel like it is, like, it's like when two people get with each other at like an office job and the whole office immediately, like, you can just tell based on how they act around each other, based on the vibes and everything. So it's not as though these stories here mean nothing because they're kids and they don't know better. It's like, nah, shit like that, when they're around these people and they know how the teacher usually acts, but it's different with one person. This is like very valid in terms of evidence, in terms of storytelling, in terms of like witness testimony, in my opinion. And it all just, I don't know, it just does not paint a pretty picture whatsoever.
Bro never came to class, ever. Like, you'd probably see him once every like 2 weeks, week and a half. Never there yet. He still had the best grade than the smartest kid in that class. Make that make sense. Also, this one time, you know, they're both on their phones, both at the same time, so, you know, they're probably texting, I'm guessing. Bro does something to, like, you know, get in trouble. She's like, all right, come outside. We're gonna talk outside. They go outside. I'm like, what the hell? There's a photo of me.
No way! Oh my god, that's fucking insane, bro. Like, there's nothing, like, I feel like the evidence here is overwhelming. As much as I'm usually, you know, I love being rational and I love waiting until all the evidence is out, until there's like an official thing and the jury is, you know, everything is officially done. I really feel like I can't do that here in good faith. Like, it's so fucking obvious what's going on here, and it's disgusting.
And it's like, why are you being mean to me? Why are you being so dry? Yada yada. I don't remember the full details, but that's like the gist of it. And I was like, what the fuck did I just hear? Like, what actually just happened. Dead ass, like dead ass. And like every time bro came to class, she would go straight to him. Obviously she was a teacher. Miss Beck was a good teacher. Like she was a good teacher. But he would come to class after she's done teaching, and maybe like in between lessons, she would go to his table and just yap to just him. Just yap. They would just yap sessions, yap, like hooting and hollering in the middle of class. Everyone already caught the like speculation, like why is she always going to bro? Like, and we already knew like they were friends, but we didn't know they were like friends, you know? And bro, I'm gonna call the victim bro. Bro.
Thank you for clarifying that you're gonna call the victim bro after calling them bro about 20 fucking times. I hadn't caught on to that one yet, mate. And I want to hear more about bro though, so keep talking to me, buddy.
Is like that guy in high school. Like, you know, he's not like the one like everyone like, oh, I want to be him, but like he's that guy. You know what I'm saying? He won us a state championship. So yeah, we praised bro. Bro's chill. He's chill as hell. He was so disrespectful to Miss Beck, and she would just, like I said, she would just take it. She didn't care. But mind you, if it was anyone else, she'd be like, don't make me send you to the office, don't make me write you a pink slip to go to the office. With bro, she didn't care. So we're just like, why is like favoritism? And Miss Beck had these like pictures on her wall next to her desk, full of Polaroid pictures. At least 20 of them were just her and bro. I remember looking like, damn, like they're pretty close. Like she gets hella pictures. Like this is like her favorite student of all time. I don't know, it's just kind of like crazy to me because like I thought she was a cool teacher. And yeah, beginning of this school year, you know, my brother's a freshman, so we still get like emails from the school, even though I graduated. Oh, 2 teachers have been like in contact with this student, relationship contact with this student. Pretty much you get the gist of it. Oh,
he must have, surely everyone in that class knew immediately. Like, oh, yeah, Miss Beck got done for pedophilia or student-teacher relationship. Like, sure, there's no way they didn't immediately clock on. There's no fucking chance.
They are on leave. We like let them go, whatever. And my mom is like, yo, was this your teacher? And I'm just like, yo, that's Haley Beck. Like, that's Miss Beck, bro. Like, what is she doing? Come to find out, you know, you start making connections everywhere. She was talking to bro the whole time. And I literally mean the whole time. But yeah, that's just my side of the story. I hope people share their stories of her, because it'd be pretty interesting to like hear what they have to say, because this whole thing, I'm in a rabbit hole right now. This shit's crazy. Like this shit's wild. And I know most of y'all are in a rabbit hole of the whole Haley Beck situation. So people that went to my high school, comment down, share a story or something, or a picture even. It'd be pretty interesting to see. Yeah, that was my side of the story. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for staying this long, listening like in 5-minute long video, 5.5 minute long video. So yeah.
It's a good video. I think it was a very good, productive video. It does add a lot to the conversation. But well, allegedly, the victim's girlfriend has also come out and given a statement as well, and this was very recent, like 2 days ago. I don't think this girl provides evidence like the last kid did, so maybe take it with a little grain of salt. But to be fair, you can't really, because you're not really, like, we're not meant to give bro's name out, if that makes sense. Like, we're not meant to know anything about him because he's the victim.
Get ready with me while I tell you guys about how Haley Beck stalked and harassed me my entire junior and senior year, all while hooking up with my high school boyfriend at the time. Okay, so I know there was a lot of like miscommunication and misinterpretations of what actually happened, so that's what I'll be trying to cover today. Mostly focusing on what involved me directly, because there are a lot of things I'm not 100% sure of. Okay, so him and I started dating last spring. It was like April probably. And then I had her as a teacher the semester prior to that, so first semester of junior year. So for everybody like asking me if I knew about their relationship, I literally had no idea. Like, I did not know about any of the intimacy going on, anything sexual. But I did know about her texting him and sending him money, trying to hang out with him, because I was aware that she was doing this with other boys on the team as well. The only reason I didn't report it is because I felt like it wasn't my place to, because so many people knew about it, and it hadn't involved me yet.
I mean, I'm not gonna blame this little kid for not fucking reporting it. Everyone knew about it. It seems as though the reports meant fuck all to the school anyway. I just feel bad for this girl. Like, as much as that wee boy is a victim here of predation, this fucking girl is a victim of cheating as well. Like, this boy fucking treated her horribly.
After finding out that we were actually, like, together, talking, whatever, Haley Beck started asking students in my class and my friends, just anybody that, like, had any relationship with me, random questions about me. Like, she tried to find out him and I's relationship status, like, what we did together, how we acted, what I did in my free time, who I talked to, who I hung out with, like, really weird things that teachers usually don't care about. There was also this specific time where she was telling one of the football boys on our team that I was stealing her boyfriend and that she needed to get rid of me. Around the time of her stalking me and viewing all my socials, questioning people about me, it was probably mid-May, so the semester was, like, close to ending, which is another reason as to why I hadn't reported anything, because he told me he was only in communication with her so she would pass him in the class. And although we had a closed campus, every day we would leave for lunch, and Haley Beck would give us her credit or debit card, I don't know which one, and she'd have us bring her back food. During this time, it was probably like a 3-week span of just getting through the end.
People are asking whether or not this is allowed in an investigation, by the way. I honestly don't know. I think it could definitely affect the court case, because it is an active court case. So if she hasn't signed, like, an NDA or been contacted by the police or any investigatory service, I think you can pretty much say whatever the fuck you want. As much as it might be damaging, it's not illegal by any means. I think that's right. I'm not sure if that's right, though, unless maybe in the documents they specify, like, if you know X, make sure you do not talk about it because you can be punished for it. That'd be quite a difficult law to enforce, though. So yeah, I think this is allowed. It just might affect things. I'm not sure whether it's positively or negatively towards Haley, but either way, it's certainly interesting to hear about.
So during this, she would text him telling him not to bring me near her, like, not to have me deliver her food. It only is allowed to be him. She would tell him and I that, like, either I was a bad person, he was a bad person, he's doing this, she's doing that. Kind of just, like, giving me reasons to be mad at him, but we never really fought about anything ever. So that was basically it through the months of April, May, and maybe a little bit of June. She would just text him all the time. He was also disrespectful AF to her. Like, if you guys read the text, like, you guys know. Which is also another reason why I hadn't questioned him physically getting with her. I just didn't expect it of him. But the last text I saw was in the middle of June after him and I spent the weekend at the Princess, which is a resort in Scottsdale. It was her reaching out to him through Instagram, and I obviously got upset about it, and he blocked her on everything, and I hadn't questioned it since, because, I don't know. I'm, like, not really the type to go through phones or just do any of that, so I didn't, which I guess I should have. So when she did end up getting put on leave, he had already moved out of state, so I was getting questioned by, like, police, attorneys, lawyers, whatever, for the district, school, I don't even know, for, like, a 6-month span, like, genuinely from, like, August to December. It was just questioning. I actually didn't end up finding out the truth until April 2nd, which was, like, 2 weeks ago. And I only found out because one of my close friends sent me the entire police report where I read all of the texts. Yay. But it is true that both of his parents knew. I remember oftentimes in a relationship, his mom would ask me what I thought about the situation, which I was like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, it's over. I didn't know they were actively having sex. But yeah, his parents both knew. His family knew. His friends knew. Everybody knew except me somehow. And yeah, that's basically it regarding Haley Beck. She had a flirtatious relationship with numerous students. I didn't know about the sexual relationship until 3 weeks ago, although his parents did. And it is also true that when our principal was told about it, probably around a year ago, he didn't do anything about it until the police were involved. So that's another thing.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, like, it's difficult. As much as Haley Beck's a fucking arsehole, it's difficult to, like, is the principal just as bad? Like, you are the principal of a school. You need to consider the safety of the children to such an insane degree that to completely disregard all of this shit going on right under your nose when you know about it all. You are just as bad as the predator themselves. Like, if you are out there protecting predators actively, very intentionally, then you're just as bad as them. Same fucking thing goes for the parents, by the way, obviously.
I hope it wasn't too confusing or boring. And if anybody has questions, like, I'll answer them. I'm just trying to make sure there's no discrepancies in the truth. As for Angela Berlocka, I know nothing about that situation, just that she sent him inappropriate pictures as well as other people. I don't know anything about a relationship there.
Yeah, so again, I'm not sure how real this is, purely because there isn't really any evidence for it. But, like, it does sound believable, and I do believe her, I just can't say it's a fact or not. But I do believe her. I do, I'm just not gonna, you know, assert this as, like, this is absolutely the girl who was dating him or whatever, as much as I really do think it is. And I'm sure you guys do as well, to be fair. But yeah, you can see in the comments, like, of all her videos, people are saying he fumbled a baddie kind of thing, because obviously she got cheated on horrifically. You're so beautiful, queen, he didn't deserve you. You got some bloke here who just posted a shirtless picture of himself. Now it's probably blur the bloke, please. Everyone send me $20 because my boyfriend cheated on me with a teacher. Your boyfriend was groomed by a teacher. A child cannot have relations with an adult. He was actively aware of cheating and stated, I cheat. He was groomed. The teachers were not okay for anything he did. He still cheated. Yeah, I mean, he was groomed, but he also cheated. I feel like both of them can be true. It's not like he was 12 years old. He was 17 and 18 years old. But isn't he technically a victim? So how did he cheat? Well, he can do both. You can be both. You can be a cheater and a victim. Like, when you read those messages, it's very clear. As much as I'm saying that one of the reasons why it's so bad is the implication that, like, the grades hang in the balance of this relationship. When you read those text messages, it's pretty obvious, in my opinion, that the bloke doesn't actually give a fuck about any of that, and he's ecstatic. Like, he sees himself as like a fuck boy who's doing a great job right here. He thinks he's a fucking player, essentially. Don't get me wrong, obviously he's still a victim, but to say that he wasn't, like, conscious of the cheating, or that, like, it's, you know, this girl's also not a victim, and that this girl has no right to be upset that she got cheated on, that's also fucking insane. Just to be clear though, I'm not blaming the kid for anything related to how he was treating the teacher at all. That's all on the teacher. I really do want to make that clear though. I'm not blaming the kid for fucking anything. In terms of the relationship between Hailey Beck and this fucking kid, all the responsibility lies on Hailey Beck. 100%, not even 1% lies on the kid.
Storytime slideshow from another student of Hailey Beck. And it says, I had Hailey Beck as my teacher last year, and what happened in that classroom was the furthest from normal. Her creepy attempt at flirting with the young boys that came in her classroom was something almost everyone spotted just by watching the way she interacted with them. She wasn't like this with just the victim. Any guy from the popular crowd could walk in and out of her classroom at any given time and do absolutely whatever they wanted. I'm talking would come in and interrupt her teaching, and instead of her correcting, she would stop mid-lesson and full on start joking and talking with them. And asking about their plans after school and after the football game, asking about their girlfriends and crushes. It would quickly turn into their hangout at the back of the class. It was creepy and extremely noticeable how badly she wanted them to like her and include her. She would give 100% eye contact to them in long stares, almost like she couldn't hide the thoughts she had about them. She not only stopped teaching just to have conversations with them, they would come in her class and immediately go sit it on her desk, go through her desk, and then she would go pull this move. This wasn't an uncommon position for Miss Beck. If she wasn't like this, she was shoulder to shoulder with them, no personal space. They would be on their phones making TikToks and being loud. Miss Beck would actually ask them to join. If they didn't come in to skip class completely, they came for late passes and she wrote them no questions asked, but yet wouldn't do that for the girls. She would actually make girls go get late passes from the office and would threaten to send their phone to the office, yet victim sat dead in front of her and was always on his phone. And to give this account credit, this is the one who posted the story time. If you guys want to go check it out for yourselves.
Yeah, and I feel like the pictures themselves make it very clear that this is like a real story as well. So there's no iffiness there, I believe. But again, it's just more evidence as to why, like, you can completely understand why, I suppose, why the girls in her class would fucking despise her. Because like I said before, it's very obvious that she loves the part of the job where she gets to flirt with all the high school boys and, like, send them really explicit images and messages and suck them off and shit. It's like, it's fucking horrific. It's horrific, and it's very obvious she wasn't interested in the girls the same way. I guess because she's heterosexual or something. I don't fucking know. Apparently some of the girls did like her as, like, a football coach, but it looks like in the psychology classes, she just sort of chucked the girls away and didn't really give a fuck about any of that. But was hardcore crushing on a lot of the boys, I suppose.
And this is what she posted. Part 2 of sitting at the same table as the victim and Miss Beck. Besides some weird vibes, nothing really happened until second semester of last year. There was one incident where Miss Beck sat at our table and all the girls at the table were talking about apartments. Then all of a sudden he jumps in and starts talking about what's in her apartment. She did look uncomfortable and changed the subject pretty quickly. but me and the other girls definitely picked up on some weird energy. Another incident was when she was up on the podium.
Yeah, I think it's very obvious that he did not really give a fuck about keeping this private. Maybe he didn't know how big of a case it would become. Maybe he did know and he didn't really give a fuck because he knew that he would be clear legally, if that makes sense. I'm not too sure what the motivation behind it was, but it's very obvious that he did not care to keep this relationship secret. Definitely not to the same extent that she did, because he's literally showing people videos of her sucking him off, which is not something you do if you want to keep a relationship like that private. Not to mention everyone fucking knew, even his parents. Like, are you kidding me? The whole school knew. I can't fucking believe it. It's so unhinged. I cannot imagine just a student in my school having a relationship with a teacher, let alone, rather, the whole school knowing about it and not giving a fuck. Let alone their parents knowing about it. Like, holy shit.
And we were all doing independent work, and he was on his phone as per usual. She tells him to get off his phone and do his work. He responds saying, "No, you know you're just gonna do it for me." And at this point, my jaw is dropped. She literally laughs at his comment and then proceeds to take his paper and start filling it out, all while talking to him about the upcoming game. The victim would often brag about having an A in the class while only being there a handful of times, while people who have been there every day had a B at best. Her and the victim had multiple inside jokes and seemed to know so much about each other's personal lives. She would even complain about her boyfriend not giving her enough attention. Mind you, the boyfriend at the time was a cop. And then the caption was, "These are just a few incidents between the two. Let me know if you guys would like to hear more." And this is her page. I will also tag it below if you guys want to click on it and check it out. And
okay, this girl Loki is definitely exploiting the fact that she was like involved in this case and is like trying to clickbait people and encourage audience engagement to get people to, I don't know, watch her videos and like promote herself more. Not too sure how I feel about that, but fucking whatever, I guess. I mean, here I am making a video on it as well, and I'm gonna make money off of this video, so I suppose it's comparable. Also, a video here, this went viral, of Haley showing up to a high school party.
He's like, yeah, just pull up to my grad party. What's gonna be my grad party? Hey, pull up, shawty, pull up. And she's here, bro.
Jesus fucking Christ. High schoolers are so annoying. I forget how fucking annoying they can be, but Jesus, why would you even want to be around these people? I'm 22, I don't want to be around these fucking, sorry, if you're a high schooler. I don't want to be around you. I want to go for a fucking pint. If I'm hanging out with you, we have to do something that requires no communication so I don't get annoyed. We can load up some Smash Brothers or something. I'll play Jigglypuff and kick your ass. But like a fucking party, like a grad party, no chance would I ever even think of attending that shit.
Fucking year and she's his partner in Pong, bro. He's tripping because fucking Miss Beck is here, bro. Look at this. Oh my god. Bro, he's fucking tripping because Miss Beck's here. He's like, hey, bro, I know we don't fuck with each other, bro, but does it kill your buzz that Miss Beck's fucking here, dude?
This is fucking pathetic. It's so obvious that she was like a loser in high school, and now it feels like she's almost vindicating or redeeming herself, because now it feels as though she's cool and in with the popular kids or whatever. She's probably lived her whole life in high school, and this is the first party that she's ever been that was high school related. And that's why it feels so good to her. I don't know. I need some serious psychological analysis of this woman, though, seriously. They're literally taking the piss out of her. The guy who was fucking her didn't want anything to do with her. It's so sad, man. Like, what is wrong with this woman? Like, she needs serious psychiatric fucking help. And some jail time, preferably. Because unironically, they are not safe to be around children or teach in schools. That much has been shown pretty evidently. Fuck, I forgot about this letter, you know. This letter's been posted to Reddit. Honestly, I wouldn't, even if I don't go to jail and I'm a free man or woman, I would never show my fucking face in public again. I might as well have been publicly executed because no one would ever see my fucking face again. Fuck, I'm actually getting ill looking at all this shit. It's my body. My body is literally rejecting this story. But mate, this shit about, I'll invite you to my wedding. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, babe. You're talking about she's talking about her husband now. Do you mind if I invite this little kid that I groomed and fucked in high school when I was a teacher and they were 17/18 over to our wedding? That's okay, right? Here's some videos of Haley Beck herself before her account was privated very recently.
There are some old videos that Haley Beck posted on her TikTok before making it private that she posted of herself interacting with her students inside the classroom. And when I say these are so cringy, and I don't know how people didn't know what was going on, but allegedly they
did know. They did know what was going on. It's so fucking obvious.
And no one said anything.
No, but they did say things. They did, and the principal did fucking nothing.
I'm gonna clip out some of the not so important parts, but I'll have all of it over on my FB page.
Anthony, stop. Why do you guys keep saying that? I don't know who that is. Tell me, he said that. What? Stop saying that to me. But yeah. Go in today. It's life. Hate to break it to you. Do you remember the 21st night of September?
These are just videos of her flirting with people. These are just flirting videos. Like, what the fuck is this? She was probably so excited to go into school every day for the wrong reasons every time. Like, this is deranged behavior. You can't even tell she's a psych teacher. She's not even teaching. There's no teaching!
Was that to me? My classroom, my state. Who was that? So I was talking a lot? Is that not my job? It's like it's my job to do that. Wow, do you mean that? He's cheating. I'm not even cheating. I'm screaming. Sit down. Tell me I'm talking.
It's just her flirting! Fuck me! Why would you post these fucking videos? Especially knowing the relationship you have with some of these kids. Ayo! You can literally see Mummy Beck written on the whiteboard in her classroom. You know what? I did say this earlier, and it's so true. It's worse than the predator allegations. It's worse than the rape allegations. It's worse than the pedophilia that might be going on. The worst part is that she's cringe. She's so unbelievably fucking cringe. And that is the worst part. That is the biggest crime on the internet. Like, there are YouTubers on this website who have gotten away with grooming allegations, but no one's ever gotten away from being cringe. All right, I'm being way too hyperbolic now, so I feel as though it's a good time to end the video. This ended up being a lot longer than I thought because, yeah, again, I read over a bunch of this stuff beforehand, definitely not in-depth enough because holy shit, I was not expecting that much like evidentiary basis in that document, that much undeniable, overwhelming evidence. But I'm happy to say that I think it's over for now. This might be something that I cover more on stream though, because it is a developing story. So once again, be sure to subscribe to my second channel, Shepherd Boy, where I upload all of my live stream clips. For now though, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye!